What's up, family? What's up? If you are watching this video right now, here I'm about to explain, you know, ways. I'm about to explain ways to get over shyness, ways to get over shyness and social anxiety. Because I'm the type, um, when when God called me as a chosen one, when God called me, I have a lot of anxiety. I can't express myself in front of everyone then, and I'm not willing to go outside there and to get what I want, to just go outside and stay with people. I find it hard for me. So this video is gonna help you on your, if you are having social anxiety or shyness in front of everyone. If you cannot be able to go out there, I'm listing down things that are gonna help you, to overcome your social anxiety. So I'm listing it up. Number one gotta be, man, you just nobody should matter to you. You just need to have this in mind, kind of have this in mind that when you are having social anxiety, you have to have it in mind that just know it that have it in mind that nobody cares, you know, just feel like nothing matters to you, you know, nobody matters to you, like nobody matters here, just feel like nobody cares. So this will help you a lot, on when you're having social anxiety and you're still thinking what people could care, what people cares, and how people gonna react to you, or even if you're walking along the way and people are still observing you and looking at you, that doesn't mean that they are interested to know who you are or anything. So what you gotta do is just have it in mind that nobody cares, that nothing really matters to you, nobody really matters to you, because just focus on yourself and feel like nobody matters to you. So that's number one. The first thing you have to, apply on your mind first, because that's where it starts. So number two is be strong with rejection. Yeah, you gotta be okay with rejection. Yeah, you gotta be okay. You don't have to stress over yourself when you are being rejected for, maybe you apply for job and you went for interview and they rejected you somehow. I know it's feel bad, you know that's a lot of, you created a lot of energy to do that, so it makes it feel hard. So what you gotta do, you gotta be okay with it. Be okay with it, because you know why you gotta be okay is is the rejection. When this rejection, you are putting it in mind, or you're having it that people are rejecting you, like the feeling you are bringing it out. Why people, you don't need to ask yourself why people are rejecting you. When you are asking this question, you are, bringing up more anxiety to yourself, because it's when you are, not being strong about rejection, it's, bringing up worries, and that's not good. That is, you are not trying to, have less anxiety, you are putting more anxiety in your life. So when you are rejected on your journey or anywhere, you have to be okay with it. Just be okay with the rejection and go for more. So that's it. Number three is positive self reasoning. Number three is positive self reasoning. Well, I think, negative self-reason trigger up anxiety so much. I know this because I have my social anxiety after I stop, you know doing some wicked ways, living some wicked ways, and trying to live a life of repentance. So I have social anxiety that I cannot even go to the crowd. I can't even go to where a lot of people are. So I'm sharing it. Whenever negative reasoning, I try to have a negative reasoning, it trigger up my anxiety. I'm telling you, man, it trigger up anxiety. So when you are reasoning positive, you know, for you to not have anxiety, it not gonna happen just one day. So it's practice. You gotta, trying to, have positive reasoning. And how can you have positive reasoning is by meditating on truth, meditating on God's word. When you practice truth, you meditate on it. So that's what you are meditating gotta bring up positive thoughts. You know, the thoughts that you need to value, the thoughts that is valuable. You know, meditation gotta bring it out because that's what you are practicing. Gonna bring it out, and then the negative thinking, negative reasoning gonna fade away. So by practicing positive self reasoning, you gotta be free. You gotta see that you are more free, that you're more free from anxiety. So number four is no fap and fitness. This is not for everyone, I think so, because if you are not healthy enough, you're not gonna try to do fitness, but at least you gotta try. Someone who is having social anxiety, you don't need to being lazy on yourself. I think being lazy or not doing anything will not take away anxiety. It just, you are trying, it's bringing it more safe, because when you are doing fitness, you are doing something, even if you're not fitness, when you wake up in the morning, you try to do something that that will create more balance in your life, which is no fab. No fab, when you're having social anxiety, you go on no fab. You know how it is, you go on no fab as long as you can, as long as you can retain, you go on no fab. No fab takes my, when I was practicing no fab for some months, I with time my anxiety got cleared. Now I'm able to go to the public, I can go to anywhere without feeling fear or anxiety. Because when you are on this journey of no fab, believe me, with time, you gotta dispel anxiety, you gotta dispel it, and it's not gonna trigger you anymore. You need not have anxiety on no fab journey. So that's it. Number five is self-love. With this lead to self-love, I think so. With no fab, it leads to self-love, and self-love, when you are loving yourself more, you don't need to. It's not that you don't love other people, loving other people and showing love to the other people, but you're not loving yourself, man. It's not gonna help you reduce your sexual anxiety. So you gotta love yourself so much, cherish yourself, you know, practice self-hatred. You're gonna practice self-hatred, and you see that you need to accept yourself the way you are. That's how you gotta, the anxiety gotta fade away, go away. So you need self-love. You need self-love for yourself. And with nofap, with practicing nofap, you will realize that you have a great love for yourself and not just for others. Because I know we choosing ones, we always love others, and we love to help others. We love to be in other people, So other people, being with other people make us feel good, especially the one that resonates with our spirit. But I'm telling you, you should practice self-love more. That's take away anxiety. So number six is the main point that I experience a lot of time, and I have to do it, and me doing it, I see the results, which is number six: support yourself. You gotta support yourself, because yourself needs your effort. Seriously, you need to support yourself because yourself need your efforts. It need your efforts, like to stand up and go out there. If you are staying at home, no matter how you meditate, no matter how you read, no matter how you stay online and watch anxiety movies, anxiety videos, no matter how you do it, if you are not capable to stand up for yourself and go out there, even if you are feeling scared, even if you are not feeling strong yet, you have the courage to get up and go out there, despite feeling afraid or the anxiety is triggering you. So you have to stand up and go out. You need to stop hiding, which is stop hiding and staying behind will only isolate you more. When you are hiding because you have social anxiety, now you isolate yourself for a long time. It's not gonna help, man. When you isolate yourself for a long time, it's not gonna help. But it will only isolate you more further. The more you isolate yourself because of you are having social anxiety, it will isolate you more further, man. So you need to be capable to get up and go out there, no matter how it feels. You keep on. Even maybe you want to travel, you keep on. Just move. When I have social anxiety, man, I went out to enter the box. Immediately I got up and stay in the bus. I was in the bus and my body was so shaking, like my eyes can't just see everywhere. I realized that I'm not strong yet to be outside, but I need to do it to support. I need to do it to support myself, because when you are doing all this, you need to support your at the end of your practice. You need to support your efforts. So by supporting yourself and moving out, by supporting yourself and and being strong, even when you are afraid outside, by supporting yourself, you see the anxiety will naturally fade away and fear. So that's it. Number seven is learn to manage stress. There's a lot of time, social anxiety. You're having social anxiety now. You don't need to stress. A lot of stress will trigger up anxiety. For me, I know many people know what I'm talking about now, but I'm still gonna make this video for those who are still having social anxiety and stressing yourself with one or two things out there. So you don't need to do that. You having social anxiety does not mean you're not gonna do anything at home. You just have to do little things. Do little things, because you already have this social anxiety and you doing something heavy gotta trigger it up. So you have to do small little things. you know do small little things, and you will see that your life is progressing. It doesn't mean anything. Even if you are someone who is great, you need to do some little things at home, at work, whenever you need to do some little things. And that's how your anxiety get out. You manage yourself, you manage stress. If you want, as learning to manage stress, the anxiety got to trigger away. So man, don't forget to sub SUB. Don't forget to sub on my channel, man, because that will really help me a lot. Thank you for watching.